What's cracking, cousin? It's your favorite cousin, Ken here at the Lighthouse ATL. This is the Divine Feminine headquarters, and yes, this is your favorite cousin, Ken from the YouTube channel, Can Be the Light. I know many of you are like, Ken, where you been? What's been going on? Well, I took 3 years off from work to work on myself. So no relationship, no job, no business, no nothing. Just strictly working on myself. And I have been guided to come back and help a powerful community of women that are deciding to do the same thing. No longer working hard, releasing all toxicity from your life, and connecting to your true divine feminine identity. I will be here every week, every Monday, with spiritual guidance for you ladies. I'm so excited to work with you, and congratulations to the new you. Hey cousin, what's cracking? It's your favorite cousin Ken here at the Lighthouse ATL. Okay, so today we are going to be talking about people pleasing. Shout out to our cousin Heavenly B. I got your message, girl. So we are going to be talking about people pleasing, the divine feminine out there that is, living your life on your own terms, unapologetically, and how uncomfortable that is going to make people in your life. I know firsthand exactly how you feel. And I feel like this is a wonderful topic to talk about because I know that it is very difficult for us, especially women that are, mothers and, we're seasoned, you know what I'm saying? We're a little seasoned. So we are used to taking care of people. That is what we have always done. We have always taken care of our families, our children, the people on our jobs, everybody in our life, everybody in our environment. We have lived a life where we have taken care of so many people for years. So that is our program. And for us to decide that, you know what, I am not going to put other people before myself. I am going to put myself first, and I'm going to be unapologetic about it. It will make people very uncomfortable. You will be uncomfortable, and it's just for a season. I'll let you know that it's just for a short period of time, or a cycle. I'll say a cycle because it could last, for months, but it's going to take some getting used to for you and for the people that are in your life. But I will tell you that, I only speak from my own experience. I will tell you that it is the only way, and this is from my own experience, it's the only way for you to truly connect to yourself. It's for you to be by yourself. There's no way around this. And I know that, we want to take care of everybody and we want to put everybody first. And it seems like that's the right way to go. Okay? I heard that Bible verse. It's the way that seems right. It seems like it's the right thing to do. But the only thing that's going to happen when you put other people before yourself is you're going to crash and burn. That's what's going to happen. And that's what's happening to a lot of women. I am noticing so many women that are burning out because of overload, system overload. Okay. The computer is crashing, and it's time for us women to decide whether we're going to put other people first or whether we're going to put ourselves first. And I know if you're listening to me, then you are on your path of self-discovery, self-healing, self-mastery. And listen, you heard me say self 3 times, right? So it's all about you. It's all about you. And some people don't like that. Some people, they get offended by the fact that you are deciding to love yourself. And I know it sounds crazy, but it's true. There are going to be some people that are going to be upset with you. They're going to be mad. They're going to feel like, you're not a real one no more. You ain't putting them first. You don't love them and all this other crazy type of stuff. Listen, it ain't none of that. And I feel like, okay, you can have the conversation with them and let them know, baby, I'm getting a little razzled over here. So excuse me, let me calm down. Okay. Because I'm getting a little razzled. But I know that the conversation needs to be had. You're going to have to let them know, look, it ain't personal. It don't have nothing to do with you. What I'm doing in my life, it has nothing to do with you. And it's going to be difficult for you to have that conversation, but it's so necessary, because I know that, I'm the type that normally I don't really like to get into it with people. I really don't. Like the first part of my life, I didn't care. I would get into it with anybody. Listen, we can all fall out. And I just was like that. But I got to a point to where I was tired of arguing with people. So then I did the exact opposite, and I stopped getting into arguments and confrontation with people, and I just avoided conflict at all costs. So I went from one extreme to the next. And that's how I've lived my life. But I've had to do that because that's my path to take, because, Spirit takes us on our path like we're supposed to go down it. So I need to go on both sides of the spectrum so I can know what it's like. So anyway, I know what it's like to avoid conflict, and I know what it's like to be all in and like, listen, we gonna all crash and burn today. So I already know what it's like. But at this point in my life, I feel like, I don't really necessarily want to get into it with people, but I know that it's necessary to have certain conversations. And when you don't have certain conversations with people, then that actually can make it worse. So if you know that you have people in your life that, they want to know why you're changing, they want to know what's going on with you, let them know. You can respectfully let them know what you're doing, what's happening with you, and just let it be what it is. Now, I'm going to let you know this right off. You're going to have the conversation with people and they still not going to get it. They're just not going to get it. Some people are not going to understand why they don't have that close communication with you no more. They just don't understand it. Some people are not going to understand, especially if these are your family members and your man or something like that. Say if you're leaving your relationship or whatever, they're not going to take it nicely like you leaving and doing your own thing. They're not going to understand it. But like I said, you just have the conversation because we're adults. Okay, so it's okay for us to have these hard conversations. We need to learn to do this, especially as divine feminines, because a lot of us have suppressed our voice. We have put ourselves to the side, and it has cost us our life. Literally, a lot of us are unhealthy, and I'm gonna say us because listen, even though you see your cousin Ken, I've lost weight and I've done all this, healing and stuff for myself, but we are one collective family. As women here on this planet, we are one collective. So if we're not all doing well, then listen, we in it together. You see what I'm saying? So I can't say that I'm doing well if my cousins and my girls, my people ain't doing well. You see what I'm saying? So we have literally laid down our lives to take care of other people. And a lot of us are in and out of the hospital, sick. I know women that have aches and pains and everything going on in their bodies. They're not going to the doctor. They're not doing anything to heal themselves. They're just living like that, feeling like this is how it has to be. You see what I'm saying? A lot of women are dealing with a lot of mental stress every single day, overworking, feeling like you have to provide for yourself and take care of yourself and all these other type of things. And it's really like a lot of women are just surviving, but we're not thriving in life. We're not successful and happy. And even if you're reaching your goals financially, you can have all the money and all the tea in China and still feel like you're not happy and not satisfied. And that's why I told you, ladies, that time for working hard is over. It's over. So when things start to happen in your life, when relationships are not working out, when, the job is not working for you or the business isn't working for you anymore, or whatever it is that you've been doing is not working for you anymore, I'm here to let you know that spirit moves like that. Please believe what I'm telling you. Do not believe, and listen, let me not tell you what to believe, okay? Because, I'm a spirit guide, I can't do that, but I get in my mode sometimes where I just want you to know. But please, just listen to me. If you believe that God is going to show up as all good in your life, you're going to have some questions. You know what I'm saying? You're going to be questioning God as to, why things are happening in your life. You're going to want to know, why are these things happening? And if you feel like God is all good all the time, let me tell you, it's not going to always be like that. God does not always show up as goodness. Sometimes that tower has to come down. Sometimes you got to get your foot put to the fire. That's how it goes. That's spirit. So when things start to act crazy in your life, it's getting crazy, it's getting hectic in your life, that's also God. God can show up like that, but it's all for the good. It's all for the good. It can all work out for the good. And sometimes, ladies, we are hard-headed. We don't listen. We can know exactly what to do. Like Spirit can be telling us every day what to do. Eat more vegetables, eat your fruit, drink more water, go on a walk, let this person go, do this, do that. We hear all these things all day long, but we're not listening. So when we don't listen and things have to change, then we have a tower moment. Now we have a situation where it's like, listen, you have to change. And therefore, something drastic has to happen in order for you to change. And women have to stop working hard. That's over. We believe that we have had to take care of ourselves. And that is a trick. I'm letting you know that. That's all it is. Because, I'm not going to get on the men, but the truth is a lot of men have abused their power and have tried to rule over us. And that's not the way it's supposed to be. And for many years, we believed in the men. We believed that, we need to follow their leadership and we need them to, guide us and do all these things for us. And the truth is, that's not true. It's not. Now, the man is definitely the leader, but we don't need the man to do anything. We don't. It's good to have a partner. It's always good to partner. Just like in business, it's always better to have a partner. But if you don't have a partner, you can still get your purpose fulfilled. You still can do the work that you came here to do. You still have a great purpose, even if you don't have a partner. And your connection to the source, the creator of all, is what is most important. So we have to get back to that connection to source. We have to get back to that. And a lot of times women, we just do whatever we feel like we have to do because we feel like we have to take care of ourselves. And it's just not true. I'm telling you what I know. I have worked since I was a teenager. I've been a mom since I was 17 years old. I know what I'm talking about. I have worked hard for a long time, a very long time. And I was raised to believe that if I worked hard, then I was a good woman. I was doing the right thing for my children. And I watched my mom struggle coming up. And I watched so many things happen in my life as a child and as a teenager. I knew when I got older, that was not happening to me. And a lot of women, we feel like this, that we're not going to go through what our mothers went through. We're not going to have that. So before we are living up in the house with the lights and gas cut off, or homeless, or on drugs because of these men, baby, these men can go on about their business and we can hold down the fort, like my mama used to say, hold down the fort and take care of business on our own. And so that's what a lot of women are doing. So when men think that women just want to be independent, we don't want to be independent. But a lot of us, we are independent because it's better for us to protect ourselves and to protect our children from the men that have been causing a lot of chaos. And that's just real. But I'm here to let you know that it's a level past that. So you'll get to that level of independence where you're taking care of yourself and you're accomplishing great things, or you're graduating from college, or you started your business and you're making thousands of dollars and all this other type of stuff. You'll get to that level. And then once you get to that level, then you should be setting yourself up to rest, because you can get to a point where You don't necessarily have to be rich, but you can get your life set up to the point to where you can save up your money or invest enough or whatever it is that you're guided to do, so you don't have to work hard every day. That's the goal. That's the goal. And that's the part that is missing from this whole success talk. When you hear women talking about being successful and being an entrepreneur and being a businesswoman or being a professional in your career, we need to talk more about the retirement. And we don't have to wait until we're 60 years old to retire. What women have to learn how to do is become masters of systems and making sure that systems work. That's what we do. We are the anchor. We are the ones to hold things down and make things work. But if we're working in the business or working hard every single day, then it's no way for us to take care of ourselves. So for many years, a lot of us have just ignored ourselves. That game is over. We're not going to be able to live like that anymore. So this message is for every woman that is listening to my voice, because it's your time and you feel it in your soul. You know it on a soul level. You cannot do it anymore. And this is what I always say. That's how you know that the soul is not satisfied. Because the soul is our GPS, right? That's the aspect of us that will live forever, that knows our assignment, that knows everything. So when the soul is not happy, then you're not going to be happy. That means that no matter what you do, you're not going to be happy. You can graduate from college and feel like, I don't know why I'm still not happy. You can be making millions of dollars every year and you still feel like, I don't know why I'm not happy. Because the soul is not happy. Because you getting to your life purpose has nothing to do with your money. It has nothing to do with everybody else in your life. And it has everything to do with the decisions that you are making for yourself and for your life. So when we deny ourselves and we push ourselves to the side, baby, your soul is not happy with that. At all. At all. And when the soul's not happy, ain't nobody happy in your life. They are not going to be happy. But when you become connected to your soul and you are growing closer every day to the greatest connection to your spirit, then I'm telling you, you will have peace, and it doesn't matter what happens in your life. You will have so much peace in your life that it doesn't even matter what people have to say about what you're doing. It doesn't even matter, if you don't have all the things that you used to have. I have had to put so many things in my life to the side. And I was so used to living a certain type of way. But listen, I'm going to choose my peace all day long. If it costs me my peace, I can't afford it. And I don't care what it is. I don't care if it's my child. I don't care if it's a man. I don't care if it's a job, a business, mom and them, daddy and them. Baby, nobody is worth my peace. At this point in my life, it's just not happening. And if you feel like that too, like, listen, I want my peace more than anything, that is your soul letting you know that it is your time. Because you have an appointment and you have a purpose. You have something that you came here to do, to contribute to humanity. And listen, at this point in life, we can look at the news and see what is happening in the world. We see what's going on. Let's not act like we don't see that this world is very different. And for us to be alive at this time, women, we got work to do. And if we're putting everybody else before ourselves, how are we going to get to the business? I always say, like, this is a business trip. Us being alive and being here at this time, this is a business trip. This is not a vacation. We're not here to have a good time and get all of our needs met and have some handsome man or whatever and have children and live a wholesome life and tuck ourselves away in some nice big house. That's not what this is about. It's not. It's about being uncomfortable, because when you change, you have to be uncomfortable. There's no way that you can stretch and, do all these things and be comfortable at the same time. It just doesn't work like that. So you're going to have to be used to being uncomfortable. And so if you have to have those hard conversations, listen, you're going to have to do what you got to do or not, right? You don't have to. You can just, keep doing what you're doing. But I promise you, this time next year, you'll still be at the same place. And I did that for so many years, cousin. I went around and around and around in the same place for years. And I didn't know why I could not get happy. I didn't know why I just was irritated all the time. Even with my children, I was always irritated with them. Like, they would do the simplest thing. I'd be like, oh my God, would y'all sit down? Shut up. They used to get on my nerve. Now my children cannot ever get on my nerve. I don't care what they do. And let me tell you, they have done some things. But it doesn't bother me like it used to. And I'm able to see why behind what. You see what I'm saying? My mind, it works so differently now. But I can remember a time when I was always upset and irritated and frustrated and just moody and cranky all the time. Mad. And I would even say angry, because I used to cuss people out, cousin. I would cuss people out. And I did not care. A lot of y'all know when I started the channel, baby, I was cussing. When I used to do I used to read tarot, baby. I used to be cussing and everything. This don't make no mother sense. Look at this. This is some book. And see, looking at me now, people be like, nah, Ken, nah, you was not like that. Listen, I'm telling you the truth. My cousins from day one, y'all already know. I used to be on the channel popping gum, had my braces in, everything. Y'all know, with the baby locks. Just, you know what I'm saying? That's just how it was. But I've changed. But in order for us to change, we got to get uncomfortable. And we have to change environments too. Unfortunately, that's a part of the game. That's a part of it. And this is a lifestyle. It's not something that you're just going to do one time. It's something you're going to keep doing forever. So the sooner we become comfortable with change, then life becomes easier. But if we don't want life to change and we want everything to stay the same, which is what we're conditioned to believe, you keep working on the same job, you keep being the same way, that's the way you're supposed to be. No. I know different. We're supposed to change. We're supposed to do more than one thing. We were created to do more than one thing. So you don't have to just do one thing. You're supposed to do as much as you were created to do. And everybody was created to do something different. But a lot of women don't even know. And I'll say even people, because men too are like this. Like, they don't even know what they're here to do. They have no clue. And I've had women tell me, like, Ken, I don't have anything that I do. But you do. You have something that you came to do. You just don't know what it is because you don't know who you are. And once you discover who you are, you're unstoppable. You're unstoppable. And unfortunately, a lot of people are not going to reach that level. Everybody ain't going to make it. And God knows that. God said that there's a broad path, right? Or in the Bible, this is what I read, that there's a broad path that leads to destruction. And many people are going to go down that path. But there's a narrow road of righteousness. There's a narrow road that certain people are going to go down, but not everybody. So we can't be naive to believe that everybody is going to make it, because in our hearts, we want everybody to make it. We feel like everybody should make it. Everybody should be on the straight and narrow. Everybody should understand, but that's not the truth. Everybody is not on the same wave. We're not. We're all at different levels, on different vibrations. We all came to do something different. So you have to judge the spirit. You have to see who it is that you're dealing with, and not think about their title and think about, their relationship to you and who they are and all that. Think about, how they're affecting you. Who are they? Don't even worry about the title, Because when you can judge the spirit of a person and you can see, okay, this person is not benefiting my life at all, then it's easy to cut them off. But if you think about them like, oh, well, that's my friend. I've been friends with this person for 20 years. Then you're going to feel like you don't want to cut that person off because of the attachment. Remember, all of the lessons that we learn here are all about detachment. All of them. Because we're learning that, listen, we didn't come here to stay forever. Remember, this is business. We came here to do something and then we going back home. See what I'm saying? It's nice. Everything is nice here. But you know how it feels when you go on vacation. It's nice, but I can't wait to get back home. And when we go back home, we need to make sure that we did what we said we was going to do. So we have things to do. And, people they're not going to like it, especially if they're not progressing in their life. And listen, spirits recognize each other. And there are spirits that know that you have a great purpose. And their job is to keep you from that purpose. And it's not wrong. That's just the game. You have to learn how the game works. When you learn the game of life, you're not upset because of the rules. You learn the rules and you learn how to play the game. So we're not calling dark forces and negative people and all these other things demonic and evil, because they're not. That is their role. That is their function. You just don't know your function. But when you figure out your function and who you are, then you'll understand why it's necessary to have these experiences. So when you have people in your life that are causing distractions and delays and trying to block you and stop you, that is their role. You are supposed to overcome the obstacles. That's the life that we all live. Everybody is here to move forward, or we should be. And if we're not, then we already know who and what we're dealing with. So if you're dealing with people who are okay with being at this low level, then unfortunately, either you're going to have to leave them there or you're going to stay there with them, because you cannot bring them up with you if they're not supposed to ascend with you, because we're all at different levels of awareness. So they may need more experience on a lower level before they ascend, if they ascend in this lifetime, because some people don't even ascend in this lifetime. Some people may not. And you may love them so much, you feel like, oh, well, I want to love them and I want them to be in my life. But if you're trying to hold on to them and go up the elevator at the same time, maybe it ain't going to happen. It's not going to happen. I'm just telling you what Spirit told me. So if I have to do it, then I wouldn't be a good cousin to you if I didn't tell you the truth. We all have this decision to make. Either we're going to go up or we're going to stay down. There is no in between. Because this world is always moving constantly. Everything is in motion. So either we're moving forward or we're going down. And being in certain environments, lower your vibration. Being connected to certain people, lower your vibration. Even if it's in conversation. You talk to certain people and they don't have nothing good to say. You talk to people and all they want to do is gossip and talk about somebody else. That's a low frequency. When you're talking to somebody and all they want to talk about is what they don't have and what they can't do. That's a low frequency. And when you're around people that talk like that, then you'll be on a low frequency with them. But you'll see the difference when you get around other people and they are speaking highly about themselves. They're speaking highly about you. They're talking about their goals. They're talking about the things that they have accomplished. They're talking about going on trips and doing things that they've never done before and meeting new people and experimenting and growing. And you'll see the difference between being around people who are on a lower level and people who are on a higher level. And neither one of them are right or wrong, because it's just levels. Being in kindergarten or being in elementary school is not wrong. You need to go through elementary school to get to high school. You see what I'm saying? So we all have to start on that low frequency, but our goal is to continue to rise up, raise our vibration. That is the goal. So if we're trying to people please and we're trying to, get everybody to understand what it is that we do, then that's us trying to be on this low frequency with them to make other people comfortable. And that's not what it's about. They said in the last days, the mother going to be against the daughter, the father going to be against the son. And that's the way God is doing it. Spirit's moving like that. Like, listen, I didn't come to bring y'all together. I came to tear y'all apart. But people who are connected to their family and friends and all these things, they're like, no, we have to stay together. We're family. But, Yahshua said, who is my family? Who is my mother? Who is my brother? My mother and my brother and my family are people who think like me, people who live like me, people who are on the same vibration as me, people who came here to do what is best for everybody. Those are my family members. And it's not to say that people who are not there at that level are wrong. They're just at a different level. You pray for them, because as you grow and ascend and you are connecting to spirit, then your prayers get answered. So keep praying for them. Keep praying for them. And as you grow and evolve, you are actually helping them because they're watching you. They're watching you become better. Because many of us, I'll even say for myself, I never even seen successful people growing up. I just never saw it. I never knew what it was like to have like a brand new car or, a brand new house and all this stuff. I didn't even know that existed. I grew up in Kansas City. So when you grow up in the hood like that, you don't see that. So I didn't even know that life was possible. So there are certain people who just have a certain mindset because we've been conditioned to be a certain way. And it's fair. And I know that some people will say, well, that's not fair. It's absolutely fair. That's the way it is. But it's not going to stay that way. And for every person that continues to grow and evolve and becomes better, then you are shining your light for people who've never even seen success before. Some people don't even know what it's like to live a peaceful life. But you can show them this is what it's like. And so they'll start to make adjustments, not because of what you're telling them and not because you're holding their hand and showing them the way, but you're living the life. It's a lifestyle. So we're deciding to live this life of peace. We're deciding to live this life of self-love and caring for ourselves. And people around us, they will watch you. And they will see how your life changed and how spirit transformed you from the inside out. And they'll see you and they'll be like, man, I knew her. I knew who she was. But you'll continue to grow and you'll, do all these great things in life. And they'll be like, listen, if she can do it, I know I can do it. And it's absolutely right. They can do it. But you have to let them go. We make the mistake a lot of times as women. We want to step in and we want to help people. We want to heal people because that's our nature. We are nurturing by nature. That's what we do. But we have to understand that there's a time when spirit will tell you, don't touch that. That's not for you to touch. And you have to be okay with it. Even if you see somebody crawling in the street, even if you see somebody who just got shot, even if you see somebody who's going through the worst case scenario, you feel like you want to jump in. Because obviously, we naturally want to just jump in and help people. But some people you're not supposed to touch. You don't know what their story is. You don't know their background. And it can be your family member. It can be somebody that you love. It can be your own child. You don't know. You don't know. But see, spirit does. And if spirit tells you to let go, then there's a reason why. And we don't always understand it at the time, but we'll understand it later. And the more we are connected to source, the more we're connected to spirit, then we'll know right then and there why we should not touch this person, or why we shouldn't be connected to this person, or why we need to leave this place, or why we need to do certain things. Spirit will tell you the truth. And many of us were raised where it's like, we just need to believe that this is what it is. Don't question God and all this other type of crazy stuff. But I'm going to tell you, God will tell you the truth. Spirit will tell you everything. If you're coachable, if you listen. But if you don't listen, then you're not going to know because you don't listen anyway. So it's just like one of your kids that don't listen. When your children don't listen, it's like, listen, go do what you're going to do. You don't listen no way. So I don't need to explain nothing to you because you're going to do whatever you want to do anyway. So go ahead. That's how Spirit deals with us. That's Father Spirit. It's like, if you want to do whatever you want to do, then go ahead. But don't ask me no questions. But when we start to listen and we actually follow that guidance from our soul, then we become more spiritually connected. Then Spirit will tell you everything. You'll know everything. There will be nothing that you don't know. It's just what it is. And that's also in our nature. But we become so disconnected because of life and because of attachments to people, places, and things. And when we learn to disconnect from all of these things and we start to put our spirit first, our higher self first, every day you can make a practice of this. Waking up in the morning when you do your meditation, wake up in the morning, call upon your higher self every day. Call on your higher self to guide you in all that you think, say, and do. Call forth the divinity within yourself and in all life every day. And when you start to do that, you will start to get guidance from your higher self. Because you have to ask for what you need. You have to ask for permission. Our words have power. And we don't realize that because, again, we've been disconnected from our voice and who we are. But once you learn that you have power and what you say goes in your life, then you'll know that you don't have to please anybody. You're not here to please anybody. If people are happy by what you do, good. If they're not, then okay. Whatever. Because it ain't about them anyway. It's about the bigger picture. Because we all have something great here to do. But everybody ain't going to make it to that finish line of accomplishing what they came here to do. That's just the truth. Because a lot of us, we find it hard to let go of things in this life. But I'm here to let you know that this life is temporary. We're not going to be here in this earth forever, on this earth forever. We're not going to be here living this life forever. So when we live life knowing that this is just an experience, my spirit, your spirit, or there's only one spirit. We all connected to the one spirit, but your soul, my soul, we all came here to do something different. We all have a purpose, a great purpose here. But if we get stuck and connected to things here on this planet, that's what blocks us from our greatness. That's what stops us. Because I promise you, when you disconnect from people and you start spending more time alone, you will get so clear about who you are and what you came here to do. And there will be nothing in your life that is more important than that. Nothing. Because other than that, it's like, what are you here for? To have a good time? It ain't that fun. I mean, it's cool down here, whatever, but it's all right, you know what I'm saying? But no, you have something great to do. You have greatness within you. And my prayer for every one of you ladies, and the intention behind the spiritual alignment class, is to help every single woman to connect to the spirit within. When Spirit guided me to create the spiritual alignment class, that was the purpose. Because so many women are spiritually disconnected and just living through life feeling like you want life to change, but you just don't know what to do. You want support, but you just don't have anybody who understands. Because most of the people who are a part of your soul tribe, they may not be in your family. They may not even be in your state. They may not even be anywhere close to you. But we have this beautiful, wonderful, wonderful creation called the internet. And we are all connecting to each other. And with the spiritual alignment class, every single week for 4 weeks, you will learn how to become more consistent and disciplined and self-aware and connected to your spirit, so you will never feel lost again. Because spirit wants us all to be connected to the source. So it's a pleasure for me to be able to serve in this way. And I'm so happy to be back, but to come back in such a powerful way, to see women in the spiritual alignment class that are having all these miraculous things happening to their life. And I'm just kind of, laughing to myself, because I'm like, I know how spirit works. I know. Like, women think that they're signing up for the class. And shout out to all my cousins, y'all in the spiritual alignment class. Like, y'all think that you're just signing up for a class. Like, okay, I'm just going to sign up and I'm just, I'm going to get spiritually connected. No, you're connecting to an energy. You're connecting to the source. You're connecting to some powerful energy that is going to assist you. So when my cousin talking about last week, she just got her brand new car. Listen, my other cousin talking about she just got her house. You can have whatever you like. What do you want? You can have it. You can have whatever you like, literally. It just comes to you. And especially, ladies, when we learn how to rest in that flow of letting go, things just happen. And that's the way it's supposed to be for us. We shouldn't have to work hard to make money. Like, I haven't even made money in years. I don't have some great big savings account and investments and all these things. I mean, whatever. It'll come. But I'm not worried about that stuff, because I disconnected from life completely to focus on myself. And when I did that, I believe that just really put me on a whole nother level. It really, really did. Because I let go of the steering wheel. I let go of controlling my Capricorn life, whereas I always have to be in control of everything. I let it go. And when I did that, it was very scary for me to do it. But let me tell you, I don't even have to work hard. I have to work, but I have to work on myself. I have to work, but I just have to work on helping other people to be better. That's natural for me. And that's how we're supposed to work, ladies. Like, we're supposed to do what we do naturally, which is nurture humanity. And that's not work. But if you're getting up every day and you feel like, I don't feel like doing this, something's off. I told you, that's how the soul speaks to us. That's how you know something's off. That's exactly how you know. So, cousin Heverly B, I love you so much. Thank you so much. Ladies, if you have any comments, leave them below. If you have any topics that you would like to discuss, leave that below as well, because I definitely read all the comments. And thank you, Heverly, for this topic, because it's very necessary. This conversation is very necessary. And I know that, many of us women, we live a life where, we're so used to pleasing everybody else. But I believe it's time for us to start pleasing ourselves. And once we do that, everybody's lives change. Everybody in your life will have a better experience, with you. They'll have a better experience with you when you become better. As you continue to become the greatest version of yourself, everybody will appreciate your change. Everybody. Okay, cousin, I love y'all so much, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye. Hey, cousin. If you're interested in joining our powerful community of women supporting each other through our healing and transformation journey, make sure that you look for the Lighthouse ATL on all social media platforms: YouTube, TikTok, not on Instagram, but Twitter, LinkedIn, everywhere else. Look for the Lighthouse ATL, okay? You do not have to do it on your own. We are done with these solo dolo missions, okay? We're going to work together. We're going to heal together. We're going to cry together. We're going to laugh together. We're going to travel together. Listen, join our Level Up movement, and I will see you soon. Bye.